you kind of differently from a lot of other Tuhons and FMA practitioners also train MMA fighters, Muay Thai fighters, Jiu-Jitsu competitors. You're very active in the competition scene around the world now. And I'm kind of curious about your coaching mentality as to how you approach training fighters, difference between training fighters and training just like non-fighters, and what you think makes a fighter in terms of mindset. Because not everybody is going to get in there, whether they win or lose, is going to get in there and want to get in there again. Some people just want to get beat up. Some people just want to suffer. Okay, I'm not necessarily talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who get in there, win, lose, maybe whatever, but something in them just gets attached to the experience of, it could be testing themselves, it could be just that for me, fighting, I hate the lead up to fights. I hate the lead up to fights. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't do shit. But the moment of fighting, or the moment of sparring, when time just slows down and it's just you in that moment, I love that. Like, I love that experience where it's just you, right? I don't know, is there something to be said about a fighter's mentality? Can everybody access it? Is it only for the special few, or is it just about where you are in life? One person at one point in life maybe just would not be able to hang in the ring, and then a little bit later down the line something is switched in them and now suddenly they're like, yeah, okay, let's go.
That's a too deep and too layered of a question, because people fight for different reasons. Fighter profile A, and these are real people, okay, I'm just not going to name them. A single mom, just wanted to get exercise, suddenly wanted to test herself, did extremely well, whooped ass. She's done fighting. Just wanted to test it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you'd be so good, you should. But it's not about me, it's their journey. So if it's their journey, I should just back off about that. Profile B, most talented fighter, possibly, she should be in the UFC, and it's just like, just couldn't get his shit straight. Personal life, this, that, and the other. Stability and balance is so important. We talk about balance in martial arts. Same thing, fighters. So the mindset, Another profile C, fighter, title fight, was in the back. And mine was just, where's my relative supposed to be in the crowd, or this and that. Practically tearing and crying while I'm wrapping the hands. I slapped him. You have a title fight, dude. I go, my dog's in the hospital with a $4,000 vet bill. Possibly gonna die because I ate some chocolate, right? Because cat slapped it. I go, and I'm here cornering you. I go, get your shit together, bro. We didn't win, but he had a good fight. One of the girls that I trained, that that you actually used to train with and visit, her background, rough, single mom, just had a lot of hard knocks, and just had a little pent up anger, and those make gritty fighters.
Yeah,
but
remember.
But that family environment structure that was unstable kind of halted her progress into where she should be in life. Oh my gosh, I can keep going on.
Yeah.
So how do you find that balance? Then you look at these other countries, like your Dagestan, Kyrgyzstani dudes, or whoever, where, the 11-year-old kid I trained in my gym who's sparring adults and didn't care, would just go hard. Then you go to his Instagram and he's slitting a goat's throat, collecting the blood, preparing it to eat, and I'm like, dude, what 11-year-old in America is doing that?
Yeah.
So his mindset's strong.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now, should we send all our kids to Dagestan? No. Should we send everybody to the Philippines to become Filipino awesome fighters? So that trick and that question is, how do you find that? PC Medi, first fight ever, and the reason why people thought he had 10 fights and was a pro when he had 0. It was all mindset, and it'll happen right before the ring. So how do I prepare? Everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. There are different needs. Some might be phenomenal athletes. Some might need to do more strength training. Some might need to do more this. Some might need to do more that. Some might need to work their hands more. And that's what keeps me constantly going. Is my job is never boring.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I love the competition scene. Now, if I was just a coach and just going to class and teach kids class, and just like fitness and yay, Muay Thai, pass the art on.
Yeah.
I think I'd be bored.
Yeah.
I think the competition thing gives me that edge. And also, we talked about constantly growing and being creative and learning.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm doing every time I'm watching a fighter I'm cornering against the whole time?
Yeah.
I'm learning. So I'm always being a student. I'm watching a freaking Russian that had more knockouts than the guy that I'm helping corner had total number of fights. He had double-digit knockouts, and then it's like saying, I'm 13-2. Well, he had like 17 knockouts, and
Yeah.
you're like, what the hell? You know, that type of thing. So I'm constantly growing and learning. You know, I'm a little bit older with a lot of surgeries and injuries, and so I don't put myself out there to learn that way. But yeah, you were there in Philippines in a fight, and you know, that calm before the storm you're talking about. I mean, yeah, that's a real thing, and why do we keep doing it? But now I like coaching it because I can be involved in as close as possible to help facilitate, guide, without
Yeah.
having to put myself in that position. It's their time, you know?
Yeah. How did you make that switch? Because I know, like, I'm going through it right now. I know a couple of friends who are going through it right now, where you have for the longest time, because this is all that we do, right? Like, it's not like
Talking about fighting or switching from man to female?
man to female.
So serious, I had to do a joke. Well, Eddie, that's a personal
Jesus
question.
Christ.
Lots of hormones, and there's special doctors
You're
for
going to
that.
get us killed. Jesus Christ. God.
Got him.
I'm talking about going.
You make that switch.
Jesus Christ. I'm talking about when we
Love
are
interviews.
people who have invested a lot of not just resources but also our identity into what we do, right?
So,
But when
how do you make the switch from being a
no,
teacher to a fight
no,
coach?
how do you make the switch from being a fighter to a coach?
Oh, goodness gracious. Dude, I had some fighters try to coach. They're horrible coaches, man. Some of the worst.
Yeah,
Not every player is a great coach. Not every
Yeah.
coach is a great player. There's someone who can do both.
yeah,
What's the answer? The mother of all skill is repetition. They got to practice, man.
Yeah.
So here's the switch you help out. You get your assistant coaches to start with a warm-up. A new person on the side, have them show them the Muay Thai stance, or maybe the 64
Something, yeah,
attacks, or
yeah.
the basic 12 strikes of Blindswalk, or some of the Anyo sets in Modernese. Just have them lead. And then afterwards, give them some coaching tools. The Gracie combatives came to my gym, and they had interesting coaching tools. Jeff, Natural Tactical Systems, right? Jeff has a lot of coaching material. He's invested heavily in coaching, and that mindset, learning neurology, and focusing on that, because he takes into the shooter realm, the protective services, the LEO, SWAT, military, and he takes that into that realm. But all that stuff applies across the board anyway, right?
But how do you do it? Because I mean, I remember you were always. I mean, you still are, but you're always down to like, okay, fine, let's go. Let's go fight. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And then as you got older and more injured, now I feel you're a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Discerning about the hard rounds that you want to get into. But it's kind of hard to, because for so long we pride ourselves on your ability to go hard and still keep going. When everybody else has given up, we still keep going. But there comes a point where you can't do that every day anymore.
Are you asking me how to go from fighter to coach in terms of because of that, or I'm trying to understand? I feel like your question is a two-part.
It's kind of as you're growing older, how do you make the switch from, or have you made the switch? Yeah. Or have you made the switch from how you think of yourself? Or it's just because earlier maybe you identified yourself more with, hey, I can just go hard and hang with everybody. Whereas now it's kind of like...
that's a personal thing, man. That's a personal ego thing. I got knocked down on the internet. You were never a pro fighter. You were never pro Muay Thai. You were never pro MMA. And then I'm cornering and coaching MMA fighters, and we're winning. They're like, so what does that mean about my track record then? So going back to your question, how do I make that? Is that what you said, that switch? Oh, how am I okay with? Okay.
Or has how you view yourself evolved as you go on older?
Absolutely, absolutely. When you realize a lot of it is, life. If I didn't have any injuries and I was still the same guy, I wouldn't be thinking like that.
Yeah.
But when you're put out for 9 months because of the shoulder surgery, you put out 9 months on this shoulder surgery, like total 3 years, dude. That loss and that kind of punishment, that repercussion, it makes you think. Again, learning experiences, man.
Yeah.
If I never had surgery and my shoulders were still good, and my knee was fine, and I was at a good weight, bro, I don't give two shits about being 50 years old.
Yeah.
I'd go in and bang it out every time. I go to the next, I'll be looking to go every single time, and didn't care about it having a target on my back because it's a high level guy. But when you're injured, it teaches you a lesson, and it teaches you a lot of lessons. One, what did I do wrong? How did I get injured? Two, I'm not the guy anymore.
Yeah.
You're fighting time, and so I have to come to terms like where am I best how am I best serving this art and my family and my business by satisfying this itch just to do it again.
Yeah.
So do I get the itch? Because sometimes in the middle of a roll, I'm just going, and I'm like, and then the next day I'm like, oh, dude, I paid for that, shouldn't have. Clinching your student the other day.
Yeah.
My lower back was hurting for a little bit, but I locked in. I majorly locked in, and that's not even going 100%. And that's scary. If it was a higher level guy, what would happen to me if I went?
Yeah.
I don't know. That switch just happens because it's like common sense. But I think injuries force you to. I think taking away something. If I took away something from you, and that loss is so great, you'd make adjustments.
Yeah.
That's anything in life.
Yeah.
Relationships, friends.
Yeah.
Remember Puchoi Crew Johnny Rossi?
No, I don't think so.
Black guy. He died
Oh.
of cancer. It came fast, like progressive stage 4, boom, gone. That made me think, because he was young.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 49.
Yeah.
He was like 5 years older than me.
Wow.
So, loss in relationships, man. Make you think twice about how you should carry on yourself in your living. So martial arts teaches you a lot of that, because the difference is, if I just worked for like XYZ company, and I had loss, or I wouldn't learn my lesson if I just showed up 9 to 5. But martial arts, you're always putting yourself out there. You're constantly putting yourself on blast physically, putting yourself in situations to test yourself, life's philosophy. And look at the world we live in, bro. You worked at an office here. Look at the students you have. You have kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have students with trauma. You have professionals. Did you know one of your students is a professional gambler?
Really?
A poker player?
Shine, yeah. I shouldn't say his name.
Did you know he used to ride motorcycles?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
He's
had a couple of bad injuries also. He crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. See, so look at what we do, man. We have such an interesting job. It's so fun. It's just seeing people's changes. The leveling up that's happening in this gym by being here and watching this is going to level him up as a coach. And I know that because I've been in this position with grandmasters coming through and then my students being inspired or me being inspired. And then I take that inspiration and pass it down to my students. And if I do that and I leave here, then I felt like I did my job. And then I can, they'll have years of material. Not that I want to wait that long to come back, but it's going to be a wonderful process, man. And you can't, you go to workplace environment and you're like, yeah, guys, we hit our quarterly. Woo! Sales are through the roof, bro. Or I don't know. I'm trying to relate it to like these office jobs, right?
Yeah.
Look at what we do, man. Young girls who are more confident. These boys coming out of their shell. just men being humbled, you know, grown men being humbled. Yeah, dude, it's like we don't have a reset button, and we can't fill our cup by going out and fighting.
Yeah.
So we fill our cup by our students. It's almost like, sad to say, because it's a negative connotation, but living vicariously through their experiences, living vicariously through their growth and change and life experiences, watching them win fights, watching them lose fights, and being right by their side. When they lose, you're on the back room holding them.
Yeah.
But when they win, they're being hoisted on all their buddies' shoulders, and they're like, ah, and you're just back there cleaning up the gear and walking back to the car. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna go out drinking, coach. Like, all right, man, have fun. Drive home.
Yeah.
It's lonely at the top, man, but it's so rewarding. And then, you know, I think GT, Dr. Kelly, Jim, Bobby can always look back and go, what legacy am I leaving
Yeah.
behind? So that's really the next step for you and myself, is like, what are we leaving behind, the legacy?
Yeah.
Because our students just know our teacher's teacher. They know their teacher's teacher. Maybe some of them just met me.
Yeah. All of them just
But
met you.
but they haven't met the guy above me that
Yeah.
you met.
Yeah.
See, and so at one point, you're gonna have, it's the same thing. Grandpa becomes father, father becomes son, or son becomes father, father becomes grandpa. So then you're gonna have a Puchak who's gonna be a crew, and they're gonna be like, hey, so your teacher's this guy named John D? Where's he at nowadays? Oh, he's teaching a seminar, and then you come there, you're like, and it's just this, it's like, the Lion King, the circle of life. So lame.
You say such great things and you just say something so dumb at the end of it.
It's so dumb that I did that Disney spin.
Jesus Christ.
But it's true.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Thank you.